Recording started. The recording is started. Fantastic. Music's off. No copyright laws will be broken today. All the fun stuff. I've got most of the setup already done. There's like one or two small things left to do other than introduce the character I'll be playing from the cast review cycle tonight. Is 2 o'clock in the morning still tonight? I consider it tonight. There is no sun out. It is night. Hey, finally fixed my transition to something actually thematically appropriate to my new overlay stuff. Yes, lo and behold, in front of you, Felicia Hardy, the Black Cat, tonight. So we finished up last time, Diva. Ignore America down here. Diva by or Tuna. I remembered it was Tuna. I didn't have to look at it. So tonight we're going to be trying out Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat. Here's where the rest of my tries get to have fun. He didn't actually update his. No, he didn't. Okay, good. It's like he didn't sneak in an update on his table in the last like 8 hours, did he? Doesn't look like it. So what I'm saying this is about to be fun for is because none of these guys have precons. They didn't. None of these creators believed in precons apparently. So I had to create my own. So as you can see, I am playing another protection deck. This one is going to be more different than what I usually do because I'm doing two things with it. I built a protection deck based off of the fact that her hero form has this whole thing where after she uses basic power, she can increase the value of one of her dice. These are her dice. Look at her dice. She can increase their value by 1. So I was like, where can I get the most readying available to me? Well, it's protection. Usually when I play protection, I play perfect protection decks. So usually the readying comes from desperate defense, and then if I pack a what's it called? I have it in here. Indomitable. That's usually where my only readies come from in protection decks. The other protection decks I usually make are, hey, S Factor. Top of the morning to you at 2 o'clock in the morning. The other protection types decks I've been playing a lot recently has been the taunt protection decks, which I don't normally play, but people have them as precons, so I've been playing them. But this one is going to be mostly me trying to ready Black Cat so that she can get her dice manipulated as much as possible. So that brings us to the core mechanic of her deck, which is not even in her damn deck. It's to the side of it, which are her dice. So before I start this, I'm supposed to roll these so that I have numbers. Her whole core mechanic of her deck is going to run off of what these dice are. Now, off the rip, an amazing start, there is no damn insert in this. So this seems to use set aside, the term set aside gratuitously, I guess is a good word to say. It seems like after I use the dice, they're supposed to be removed from the dice pool. And then I have what's left. But this is set aside, but also not set aside. It says, like, for example, here on the setup, you begin the game with the dice board and 3 set aside dice. Roll all set aside dice. Are they being rolled onto the dice board? I'm assuming so. And then after you change this form, roll all set aside dice. Now, while they're on the board, are they considered set aside, or because I spend them, they go over here, I roll them back onto the die, and then I leave the one that's on the board alone? That's kind of what I'm assuming is supposed to be happening here, because there's no damn insert. This is the cycle of y'all not putting. Oops, I didn't even do that. of y'all not putting damn inserts with your characters. So fuck my life. The plan is after I play Black Cat and get my 2 to 3 games in with her, we're going to move on to continue this bottom row. I've already got precons made myself for Elsa. Saw somebody had posted a Justice deck that they played on her channel. I'm going to be using that because I'm too lazy to think of one. I did, however, create a major victory deck that is going to be leadership because it looks like it needs to be leadership. I'm not looking forward to playing the mask because he is pool coded and I fucking hate pool with a passion. As for these 3, she has a precon. These 2 do not, and I have not really even bothered. Thank you, computer, for making the loudest noise in the world. I've not even thought about what I want to do for them yet. Yondu looks like he might be good for aggression and thwart. I haven't really looked too much at Ghost Rider. Yeah. The theme of this cycle is we don't have inserts, we don't make precons. Oh, and then 2 of the characters have to have, not have I'm highlighting a major victory, it's not major victory. 2 of the characters, namely this one and Black Cat, have to have these types of things. They have their own game boards, apparently. Whenever I look at things like that, I like to imagine FFG trying to package that. And if this was an FFG release, they'd charge an extra $15 on this character deck just for the 3 dice and the small little, would probably be like poster paper, um, poster paper board to put it on with all the little fold creases on it, like they do with all their hero art posters that they make for every release. So, anyways, I need to roll these dice. Good start. A 1. Let's roll these 2 at the same time. This is great already. So the reason I made a deck that wants to ready as much as possible is because after she uses base powers, she gets to increase the value of one of these by 1. So I figure by readying as much as possible, I will be giving myself more of a chance to increase the value of these. And then when you get the 6, you just draw a card. So another thing I'm assuming is it will not cycle back around, which I'm not just assuming it. It seems like that is the intent, that they do not cycle back around. So if I get a die to 6, it will not cycle back around to 1 because you're no longer increasing value at that point. Those are her die rolls. I'm playing America Chavez beside her. And of course, Klaw. Klaw's my basic pitch. And his setup's done with the weapons runner. Everything's taken care of, it looks like. There's a blurry ass card, but that's not his fault. That is just the release of this card. So let's see. Oh yeah, I have that starter card. What is it called? I threw that in here. This thing. So this would actually go in my hand before I draw a hand. So let me actually group these up and flip and get myself a starting hand. Healing. Blow. Yep, waiting blow. Alright. So I have nothing I can really do on this side. So I might as well just flip up. After I use a basic power. So I'm also playing with only her hero deck ally in here, which would be Spooderman, Peter Porker, Petey. On the die board, deal damage to an enemy equal to that chosen die's value, then set that die aside. So I could play 1 to deal 5 damage, but I'd lose the D5. I can also remove 2 threat from this, which I can now Increase the value of one of these die by 1. Oh, so what? I can only do it once per phase. Player phase, one phase. But yeah, that's not terrible. So let's increase the value of a die. This one. I will then I should put out. Let's spend these 3. Let's get the heli out. Spend this one to get innate reflexes out. So I'm actually going to take her over here. She's a 2-1-3 with 3. She has 3 defense. I'm trying to think, like, I know she's an elusive character, canonically. She's just not easy to hit. Usually that's kind of like reflected with defense abilities or defensive cards. But she just has 3 defense. Now she has 4. So I have Lucky Strike. So I'm not a fan of the name because Lucky Strikes are cigarettes. They're actually, I don't think they're even around anymore. I'm pretty sure Lucky Strikes are completely gone. Let's see, are they still around? Lucky Strikes still is an American brand owned by the British American Tobacco Company. It's still around. Lucky Strikes are still around. Congratulations. Since 1871. The more you know. I have informed my adoring masses of viewers all about Lucky Strike cigarettes. That ends her turn. I'm just going to end her turn. Over here to America. So she actually doesn't have a lot of reason to. I guess, man, on defense, she has a good reason already because she can at least be ready for the player phase. Might have overdone it with the reading. Should I have mulliganed her hand now that I think about it? Yeah, let's real quick mulligan her fucking hand. I'll keep those ones. Awesome. Awesome possum. Immediately spend 2 for martial prowess. I'll spend Hawkeye for the focus. Like I have like 6 cards that modify her stats in this deck, and I didn't get any of them. Let's flip. I have superpower. I do have a superpower, but I'm not spending bulletproof Chica to play that. Let's just smack for 2 and end her turn. One, 2, 3. Please say it's 5. Thank you. I just played a 4-card hand size hero. I should probably flip this. There, it's attacks Black Cat. So that's the attack. This will roll a set aside so you don't have to flip the alter ego. I'm going to defend for 4. Oh, yeah, 1 more. No damage. I'm exhausted. I used a basic power. For the love of God, go in here sideways, please. So I get to increase the values of one of these. So let's increase this to 6. Then I get smacked for 1 poot of damage. Also, I should probably take America to the board over here. 1, 2, 2, 5. Because that is what she does. She likes to have a massive amount of stats. And she doesn't draw any, which means the last half of her deck is going to be real fun. Attacks America. America's got 14 hit points. It does not give a shit. This does no damage, so it doesn't even exhaust me. It just gives the villain a tough status. You gotta love Klaw sometimes. Discard until we get a Masses of Evil minion. Put it in play, engage the first player. Goodbye, Shadow of the Past. Wow, back to back. Assault, I get attacked again. I still don't really give a shit. I'm at 14 hit points still. And that's significantly less hit points. At 11 hit points, I have to discard a random card, or yep. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what we discard. Power Stomp, that's actually fine. I don't have to re-attack. I can't play it. All right. Can we start killing things? No. I will attack Melter for 2. I will use Depth Focus to limit this stamina. I will attack Melter for... Oh yeah, and after I play a superpower, that one has a Fisty on it. So deal 1 damage to an enemy. So we're going to do it to him because I'm attacking him again and killing him. Goodbye, Melter. I'm going to... For no fucking reason. For no, really no reason at all on this. I'm going to Energy Infusion on the Star Portal. I'm going to get myself Kate, who comes into play exhausted. She removes 1 threat from a scheme and deals 2 damage to an enemy. So let's kill this guy real quick. That is part of Star Portal. Now, because I used Energy Infusion, I get to resolve this thing's printed resource twice. It's printed resource readies me. So now I'm uber ready. I'm just regular ready. I will then remove the 1 threat off of this so that we can be good to go on that. I still have my defense. And that will end her turn. To the Black Cat. Psychokinesis is not a bad thing to have out here, which is why I think I'm going to play it. Also, Standalone's a good card. Also, Lucky Strike's a good card. What doesn't kill me is a good card. So, we're going to... God damn it, I have all these good cards. Let's energy into what doesn't kill me, which will heal me, ready me. I'm going to heli into Tycho. I will then... I want Standalone. I think I might Lucky Strike instead. So I'm going to spend 1 for Lucky Strike. So choose one of my die in the die board. Deal damage to an enemy equal to that. Oh, wait, he's got toughness. That is a waste of my time. I'm going to use Lucky Strike to put Standalone in. I will remove 2 threat off of Masters of Evil. And end her turn. Also, wait, hold on. I get to add 1 to one of these, so let's turn this into a 2. Because it's once per phase, and that is the player phase. That ends turn. 4 cards. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Attacks Miss America. I mean, she'll take it. For 2, you say? Star Portal into Bulletproof Chica. To take no damage, give myself a tough status card. And then I get Mental, which is remove 1 threat from a scheme. Let's remove it off of main. Attacks the Black Cat. The Black Cat will defend for 4. And spend this for Desperate Defense. A 6. Second ready. Guys, I think I did it. So I ready. I get to add 1 to this. And I'll get attacked by the Weapons Runner I'll just take the one poot. This. She gets attacked again. Fantastic. She will defend against Klaw for 4. So, no damage. And then, because Weapons Runner is attacking, I stand alone. I get the reading. And I don't actually have to defend myself. So I'm just going to take the 1 damage. And now after that, I'm ready. Over here. So, I mean, this would make my attack 5, but also Angel's Area because I'm going to be defending every round. Would also not be a bad idea. So since I don't have anything to up my attack, I'm going to Angel's Eerie. I will then remove 2 off of this. And enter turn. Also, I get to increase one of these now. So let's bump this up to 5. Oh shit, I'm supposed to draw a card. So let me draw a card now. Ooh, the hideouts. Ooh, piece of candy. Let's... This is a good card and all, but let's actually put this up. Let's get her card. Oh wait, I have Helicarrier. I use Helicarrier to get the hideout out. I can put this over here. That's where I usually like to put my cards that will no longer matter for the remainder of the game. They're just there. Miss America, who does have a stat booster. The question is, do I play it? I have 2 Thort, which should not be awful. I'm going to attack for 2. I will limitless stamina to ready and deal 1 damage. And then I will attack for 2. And Kate will attack for 2. Actually, in that case, I could have done that better and had the 1 damage knock his stuff off. Because Kate would defeat this dude anyways. That will end her turn. I discard Moment of Triumph. All right, it's time to start putting cards out into play. 2, 3, 4. One, two, three. This is going to be an issue in this game, is I do not have anybody here who is going to remove threat. But the good news is that nobody's going to flip down ever. I am going to defend. What does this do? Use the base power to die on the dice forward. Increase that base value by half the value of that die rounded up, then set that die aside. I actually, that doesn't matter to me right now. I'm going to use this. I'm not going to use interrupt on it, because then that would require me to set one of these die aside, and I kind of want to keep them. Defend for 6, which he's not getting. Nope. Yeah, he hits me for 3. I take no damage, so I'm ready. I increase the value of one of these die. So let's make this a 6 so I can draw a card. Jesus Christ. I only have 3 of these, right? Okay, I'm not going crazy. I thought maybe I was going crazy. Then I get attacked by the weapons runner for 1. I'm fine with that. Attacks America. America has toughness. He does not even hurt America, so America still has toughness. Fuck yeah. All right. Armored guard tough. Oof. We're just going to knock this out now. Also, after you change this form, roll all set aside. I don't have any set aside dice. They're all on the board still. Over to here. Okay. We now have a problem. I should get this out. But playing this so I can cancel card effects is also not bad. I can actually play both of these because I keep forgetting I have depth focus. So let's get this out. Depth focus, heroic intuition to starflight, which will increase my thwart. So I'm now at 2/2/2. This is the one that changes all my, well, not all mine, but it can change events to superpowers. All right. Also, I played two superpowers. So the first one is mental, so I remove one off of the scheme. The second one was energy, so I heal 1 damage. I will then defeat this, and Kate Bishop will attack here for 2. And because I resolved my ability, she gets shuffled back into my deck. And also I need one of these because this is a superpower. That's the end of her turn. Here we go. 5 cards. Yeah, baby. Over here. She hasn't had her turn yet. Ha ha ha. She was exhausted because of her obligation. We're going to flip back over. For no real reason, it looks like. Other than to stop this from scheming out. Because I cannot ready myself. Also, I've been failing to keep track of this. I'm just going to put 2. What does this do? I'll side out, heal 2 damage from your identity. If there's some of your, actually, yeah, I would do this as well. Heal 2 damage from identity. The sum is 15 plus, so I gain tough. Flip. I mean, I could play these, but that'd be a bit of a waste. I don't have a way to ready myself because of my fucking obligation. So actually, I might keep all these and then just have a mass of the best offense. So yeah, that's another turn. I think I'm going to discard this right now. As weird as that is. As weird as it is to discard a hero, an identity-specific card. I've already drawn her hand. 1, 2. Attacks, and Miss America don't give a shit. For 3 onto the toughness. Attacks. We already burned through this. Oh yeah, that's because Masses of Evil One took some time. Alright. Attacks Black Cat. Black Cat might defend this. I'll defend for 4. I take no damage. I get to increase this die to 4. Now he's attacking me. I get to ready because of this. Also, I get one of these because I defended. And then I'm going to... Do I take his? I'm going to defend his. So I take no damage from him. And that will end her turn. Over here. Now this Angel's Area that I'm never going to use. I can just feel it. Over here. Alright. Use this Armored Vest. Up to 5. Use spend this for this to ready. I will then remove 2 off of. Let's actually, nah, let's do this now. Let's use my defense to remove 5 threat, or 6 threat actually, off of main. They are really having a blast with some of these cards. They have really changed the power dynamic of this game. Protection has suddenly become extremely strong. I haven't looked at like the new justice and aggression cards that are coming out with the defenders sets, but protection alone is massive. Anyways, I also use the base power, so this is now up to 5. This is an energy which will heal me. Oh, yep, heal me. This is the wild resource generator, so we're going to break through. Yes, we are going to break through. I'm going to spend 1. Just before I break through, let me attack for 2. I will then this and this to break through, which will deal 4 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove 3 threat from his scheme. It defeated. It doesn't defeat anything actually, so I don't get those other parts. However, it now is a wild resource superpower, which readies me. I will then attack the armored guard. We use this to play Unshakable. Also, I played 2 more superpowers, so now I can cancel stuff. Also, that was a fist, so that does 1 damage to an enemy. So I would have timed it better. I could have actually done 3, or yeah, let's put 2 damage on him because I would have played that beforehand. Let's knock knock the tough off, and then I would have attacked. 4. Sequencing is never easy when you are playing 2 hands. Ooh, what's this? Black cat suit. You can play a card from your hand, choose a die on the die board, reduce the resource cost of it. Okay. It's Spider-Man, who I might not even play because I might be just standing alone this entire game. 1, 2, 3. We are attacking the black cat. I will be defending for 6. Just making sure. Yep. No damage. He gets a tough. Boo hiss. I get to increase this to 6. I get to draw a card. He attacks me. I ready. And I don't have another way to ready myself, so I'm actually going to let him ping off my tough. Also, another one here. He attacks Miss America, who does not care. That's a good chunk of damage. So, this is... It's only 1 encounter cards. So I'm going to spend this. Actually, do I want to? Because I might need the resources to play these cards. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to take the 3 damage. And then I get pinged for 1 from this little butthole. Ooh, she gets attacked some more. Alright. She has 8 hit points. And that's a gang up, right? So that's all of them. So I'm going to immediately just go ahead and say I take the 1 damage to the guard. Do I take this? Do I take this? I'll take it. I have 7 hit points for 3 damage. Building schemies for 2, 3. That's like the first time he schemed all game. All right, over here. I will... One. Let's... I know what I want to do. I'm going to remove 2 threat. I will then Starlight onto Precision Strike, and I'm going to change it into a superpower. for 2 damage. Kill him. Heal 2. This is a wild resource, so it readies me. Gives me a counter. I will then... I'm extremely tempted to spend all 3 just to get the aggressive conditioning. However, I do really, really want to get both of them out this run. So I'm going to spend both of these to get my combat training. Please, please, let me click the button. Push the button. I'm going to knock the tough off of him. And that will end her turn. To over here. So now I have decisions that I was not prepared for. Two for Nerves of Steel. Helicarrier to Indomitable. Oh, that's gone. So back down to 5. Like some little pleb. Little plebeian. Half the value of one of these dice. So I could add 3 to a basic power. I could attack for 4 if I do this. I think I'm going to attack for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to flip down. When I flip down, I roll all the set-aside dice. So got a 3, so I'm at a 15 total. I'm going to use this to heal 2 damage from Identity and gain a tough status. Also, I think actually Tychokinesis doesn't matter because that's the first time I've had a card or die set aside this entire game. That's going to end her turn. I kind of don't give a shit about Spider-Man. So he has to have a die set aside for him to come in and be useful. Or for him to come in and get the bonus hit points. I'm going to put him aside. I have standalone. I'm a strong, independent, white-haired woman who knows her worth in today's society run by men. This is an awful hand. I hate having so many hero cards in my hand. I'd rather have nothing to do. I keep forgetting that my hand size is not 5. I think I've overdrawn my hand every time. All right. 1, 2, 3. Attacks Miss America. Now, Miss America, frankly, doesn't give a shit. Here's the 1 damage from the weapons runner. So she's going to take it. 2 and then an additional 1. Schemes for 3. This, please, this. I am a hero. I take 2. He heals 2. Fantastic. This guy again. Always with this guy. All right. First player over here. I'm going to use this to heal 2. Do I get all of these? I get all these, don't I? Because my sum is all of that. So I heal 3 damage. I draw a card. And I get a tough status, which I already have one. Then I flip. I will Wah, 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 wah. I think I'm off the rip. I'm going to Thievery. And choose one of these lovely 6s to remove 6 threat from scheme. I will then... This is one that adds half the value, so I could thwart for 5 and get all the threat off of main, which is not a bad option. So let's Repelling Hook to thwart for 4, actually. Excuse me, or 5. I keep looking at my attack. Let's get rid of this. I'm going to roll one of my set-aside die. For 2, and that's quacktastic. Oops, go back to 2, thank you. So I have Black Cat suits. Could have played this first and gotten something better than a 2. Actually, let's pretend like I did that and re-roll this. Better. That was awesome. I'm trying to rotate the die, like I would a card with the E and Q, and it just rolls the die. Also, I used a basic power, so this should be at 4 now, because this was on the board at the time. So these 2 cards that I cannot afford. I have the luxury of a helicarrier for Miss America. Fuck yeah. Miss America's turn is going to be pretty simple. 1, 2, 3. Athletic conditioning. That is now another one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Fan fucking tastic. I will then look at America's Anger. Would be not a bad idea. It is a superpower. That would give me 6 attack to hit with. Does me do it. Me thinks me do. America's Anger. So I'm attacking for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I then played a Fisty. That Fisty will deal 1 damage and knock the tough off of this asshole. That is also superpower, so ends turn. 4. Now that I remember what her hand size is, I've done it the whole time. You haven't seen anything. All right, 1, 2, 3. Attacks the Black Cat. The Black Cat has toughness, but she also has a desperate defense. So she's in Nerves of Steel and a desperate defense to block for 7. Because that's ridiculous. Reveal this card, which means she loses 1 to all her powers. And then she discards a card at random from her hand. She was going to take no damage anyways. Oh, good. My Thievery, which in my opinion was the most valuable thing. And then this guy attacks, readies me. I'm not going to defend, knocks my tough off. Also, I used a basic power, so let's bump this bad boy up to 2. Attacks America Chavez. This is the one from the weapons earner because I'm not going to block that. Attacks America. America will take it. 4. No damage. Suck me. Yee. Masters of Evil. Discard until we get a Masters of Evil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is why the deck is burning so fucking quickly here. I'm trying to think, is there even a Masters of Evil left? I almost put the weapons on her. Nope. So we've now burned through the deck 2 times. This one. Ooh, let's. Oh, that's when the counter card is revealed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get out of here, you. I don't need 2 of them at the same time. America's turn. America is hurting. America's hurting for a squirtin'. She's gonna hit this dude for 3. She's going to limitless stamina to ready and smack an enemy for 1. She's going to martial prowess with Starflight to turn this into a superpower. So 2 damage here. Kills her 2. And then she gets mental, which is remove 1 threat from a scheme. Then she will take 3 damage, or 4 damage, excuse me. Was she at 8 or 9? I think she was at 9. Do that. 1, 2, 3 for heroic conditioning. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3. She will then. Oh, she gets her powers back. She played another superpower. And her thwart is at a 2, yeah. She will then attack. Her thwart's actually at a 3. She will attack for 4. She will remove 3 threat from this. And that will end her turn. Do I flip her down at the end of her turn? She's going to get 4, 5. So it'll be at 7, and then he's going to scheme. That is risky. Let's do it. All right. She gets 6 cards. This all. 1, 2. She didn't take her turn. 2. All her shit's expensive. She's going to just remove 2 from here. She's going to increase the value of this to 3. She's going to use this to roll this back in. And do this over here so I accidentally click on one of the other ones. 5. This looks good to me, actually. God damn it. There we go. I mean, I could play what doesn't kill me. Actually, no, I can't because I can't heal myself. So she can't do fucking anything on her turn. That'll end her turn. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Schemes for 4. Attacks, and we will defend for 5. For no damage. And then I will discard this to ready. And then I'll up the value of this to 6. And then I'll draw a card because I hit 6. And then I get one of these. I got a lot of things to keep track of. God damn. God, this guy, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm just going to lose this. I am in hero form. He attacks me again. This time I am going to take it. At 9, he's got nothing. It's for no damage and no damage. So neither of these even proc. Sonic boom up your butt. Oh, buddy. Over here. All right. So we've got decisions to make. I mean, we really don't. Well, we do. We're going to remove the thread off of here. Actually, no, we gotta do it off the main. No, it kind of doesn't matter. I think it's gonna go to the next phase anyways. I'm going to, God damn it. So my total here is 6, 10, 13 damage, if I wanted to do that, which would be a little bit overkill. I want to get an Indomitable out. I want to, these cards are just going to be in my hand for the rest of the goddamn game, it looks like. A Lucky Strike. I'm going to choose the 6 to deal 6 damage to an enemy. I will use this to get this back. Got me a 4. I'm not going to bother re-rolling that because that's actually not too far. I think what I'm going to do next is go to the bathroom real quick. All right, so that ends your turn. That ends your turn. Fantastic. Over here, America. America should heal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. America should spend 1, 2, 3. Sorry, clobbers. For the Novar ship. Use Novar ship to get my family in. I'm going to exhaust this to get an attack event, right? Or just any event, excuse me. Get an event and attach it to it. I'm going to get, I should get Bulletproof Chica, but I think Breakthrough might be good right now. I'm going to then flip. I will then, oh, I kind of want resources to get this out and get her out. Why does everything have to cost? Why does everything have to cost me things? It's the main scheme's going to proc, which I guess is fine. I'm not playing any justice characters, so I should be killing the hell out of this thing right now, and I haven't been doing a good job of that. It's going to end our turn. 2. Oh, what is this hand? Why is all the cards so good? 1, 2. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. New friend. Do. Okay, this looks fantastic. Attacks for a base of 0. I will defend for 5. Against 4, so take no damage. I then increase one of these. So let's increase one of these to 5. I'll then get rid of this to ready. I get attacked for 3. I will defend. He gets a tough. I take no damage. And then attacks America. Fuck yeah. She's going to take it. For Uno. And then 1. I'm a hero. Take 2 damage. Just like that. What's God? I was ready to move on to the next fucking phase. It's plus 10 hit points, right? So he's at 14 now. All right. Over here. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? So off rip, I can immediately start pummeling with fucking superpowers. So let's thwart for 3. Then 1, 2 to break through from my hand to deal 4 damage to an enemy and remove 3 threat from his scheme. And then I get to stun or confuse an enemy. We're going to stun Klaw. Big bad Klaw. Ow. That was a superpower, so I get this. I'm about to sneeze. It's right there on the back of my nose. 1, 2. It's a defensive conditioning. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Also, I played a superpower that was a wild, sort of been readied by that. I loses 10 hit points. And then he will get attacked for 4. That Klaw back out. 46. Her turn, huh? Well, how about that? That's army of 1. I will ping the tough off. Increase this to 6. Draw a card. I will spend sorry, I've got 13 damage if I play this. I will take all the cards in my hand. I'm going to loot in Indomitable. What's this one do again? When you play a card from your hand, choose a die. Reduce its cost by the half that value. So it's an extremely good card. So if I actually spend this and this, let's get Black Cat Suit into play finally. And that's going to have to end her turn. Ready. 1. Encounter. She's not decking out. She is decking out, so this would go to her. All right. Ready. Draw 3. Draw 2. I got Hawkeye immediately right back. I just spent you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attacks America. America will take 2, 3. He's stunned. She takes nothing. Attacks Black Cats for base of 1. No defense cards in my hand this time, huh? So I can block for a base of 6 like some kind of loser. I'm gonna block for a base of 5, I mean. For some kind of loser, I take no damage. This goes up. This goes up. And then he attacks me. I get to be ready from standalone. Then I'll defend that for 3. He gets tough again. I should probably kill him at some point. And then encounters. Each massive evil minion engage the player attacks. Let's spend all 4 here to cancel this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take 2, heal him by 2. He's at max health. I'm an hero. Klaw attacks. It's going to deal damage no matter what. She can't defend. 1 fucking damage. She has to discard a card and deal 1 damage each hero. So what will she lose? Watch it be the 4-coster that I've been saving up for. It is the 4-coster I was saving up for. That's absolutely awesome. I was literally going to play that for free because of this. And now I can go fuck myself. Let's honestly, in this case, let's spend these to get defense conditioning. Spend this to get this. Actually, hold on. Add this, and this in my hand because I discarded this. This is an unexhausted. I'm going to use Black Cat Suit. And then this. Actually, it's rounded up, right? So I can use this because this will be a 2. It's for defensive conditioning. I'll Psychokinesis to get this back in. I will re-roll that die. That's moderately better. I will then... I mean, I can flip, but I'm really fucked right now. Also, I have no cards set aside, so I can't even play Spider-Man. I can't ready. We're just going to put Indomitable in. And that will end her turn. I'm starting to think protection. This might have been a bit overblown for protection. All right. Let's Energy Hawkeye into play. I'm going to then spend 1, 2 to clobber, which will turn it into a superpower with what? Actually, let me attack first. Or actually, let me remove 3 threat. 1, 2, 3. Then I clobber. It turns it into a wild. 3 damage onto an enemy. Let's actually use it to knock his stuff off. It's a superpower with a wild resource, which readies me. I will then attack Tiger Shark for 4. We'll then spend 1, 2 on breakthrough. Also, I get one of these because I play superpower to deal 4 damage. Remove 3 threat. Also, I ready because I played a wild resource superpower. Forgot about that. I'll knock 10 off of him. And then remove 3 threat from a scheme. I played a energy, which will heal me by 1. Hawkeye will remove 1 threat off of this. I will then remove 3 threat off of this. And then I'm going to flip down. I'm going to Santana family to get this attached. And that will end her turn. Hey, what doesn't kill me? Fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Attacks for some number. I will defend for 5. He attacks for 3. So I defend. Perfect. Indomitable to ready. Get one of these. I get this up to 6 and draw a card. Schemes for 2. 2. Encounter. Encounter. And one of these. And this. And this is only hero, so advanced schemes for 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Surges. Motherfucker. First player. Santana family. Only from a discard pile, from a discard pile for an event. Well, clobbering time, baby. All right, all right, all right. Do I heal myself? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flip. Will actually, I don't need to heal myself. I'm gonna remove 3 threat. I will then Starlight and Starflight onto Precision Strike. So 2. It is a superpower. It heals me by 2 with a wild resource, so it readies me. I will then exhaust to remove 3 threat off of this. Get the fuck out of here. That's the 3rd time. I've never had a Mortal Claw pop up 3 times in a single game before. I have used her abilities, so she's going to attack for 2, which defeats her inconsequential and shuffles her back in. I didn't need to do that. And then I have all these cards in my hand. I will then this and this to break through. Deal 4 damage, remove 3 threat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's 2 superpowers I played this round. Actually, what do I use? I use this. Let's use this instead for our breakthrough. I will then spend 3 for alloy. I resolved my ability twice, so she has +2 attack. She will attack for 4. She does not get a consequential right now because she would have came in with toughness that I just got rid of. I have one more resource available to me, but I'm not going to use it because this is all that I have in my hand. And I think I'm going to not want to take damage for a little bit here. End her turn. All right, over here. Do I have a card that? Yes, I do. I do. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to loot to put the best offense. I will remove 6 off of main. And then I will 1 to get this. Get these for what doesn't kill me. Did I just spend a fisty? Yes, I spent a wild. That's a fist. 2 and ready. Then, do I want to remove the remainder of that threat? That's a basic power, by the way, so this goes up to 4. I think I will... I think I'm going to bump this down to 0. It's a bit of a waste, I know, but I think I should. Because thwarting is already hard enough to come by with these two. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another army of 1. Another what doesn't kill me. She is ready to ready. This 3. Christ, 2. Oh my god, this hand sucks stick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attacks America. America will take it for 5 damage. Wow, it's... Man, I hope I... Oops. Bulletproof Chica. I take no damage. Bulletproof Chica is a superpower with a mental resource, which means I remove 1 threat off of this, and I get one of these. Attacks Black Hat, who has 6 defense. She will defend. She takes no damage, but this asshole gets another fucking tough. She used the basic power, so 5. Encounter. Call attacks me if it deals damage, remove it. Let's just cancel it out. Klaw attacks. Well, I seem to be exhausted, so I'll ready. I will defend for 6. Take no damage. First player. I will army of 1 to ready. Then remove 2 off of main. And then what doesn't? Nope, wrong. Nope, I don't actually have a fist that I can use on that. Ooh, maybe instead of removing the 2, I'll ping for 1. This will ready. No, I use this on army of 1 to ready myself to begin with. I might just use what doesn't kill me then to pay for Lucky Strike. What doesn't kill me? Lucky Strike. Spend this 6 to deal 6. I will then roll a set aside die. 4. That's a good number. Also, I use the base power, so let's turn this into a 6. I get to draw a card. Another Indomitable. Let's overpay for Indomitable. I have 2 of these. This is gone also, and I lose this, which means that I should have I didn't actually do that, did I? I didn't use this, so that's fine. That's going to end her turn. America. Fuck yeah. I don't need these moments of triumph. I only have them in here because they're reskins. Let's 1, 2 to clobber and turn it into, let's actually fort for 3 first, and then I clobber to deal 3 damage. It is a superpower that is a wild resource that readies me and gives me 1 here. It then goes to my hand because it's the first card to play this turn. I'm going to spend these 2 to clobber. I'm going to attack for 4. I'm going to attack for 4 actually, or 3, excuse me, because she gets +1 for this 1 stargaze I did. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to end her turn. That's a good, really good turn. This is over. This is pretty much over. Threats under control, barely. Black Cat's online. America is very online. He gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks. We will defend with a desperate defense. So 7. He does not deal any damage, so I'm ready. And I increase this to 5. Attacks America. America does not give a shit. For 3, and this would exhaust me. So America does kind of give a shit. She's in bulletproof Chica. Take no damage. Get a tough. Remove 1 threat from the scheme. Gets one of these. Gets one of these. Well, we know who's not going to be defeating Klaw. And it's not going to be her either. But looks actually, she can just take the damage and roll with. Oh no, she can't because she's got fucking toughness on her. She can't take damage. Oof. 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 She's going to attack for 3. She's going to use this to limit my stamina. How will she ever defeat him? Also, this does 1 damage to an enemy. Let's knock the tough off here because I'm an asshole. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to spend 1 and 2 to get Kate Bishop out. And then she's going to attack for 3. Then she's going to attack for 2. And that's going to end her turn. Man, how's she ever going to do this? All right, so that ends this game. America has no notes. America works well. She's got a lot to keep track of with her counters and her constantly referring back to her thing for what happens when she plays a superpower. But honestly, it all works. This is by far the better version of her. Her old version was clunky. I think it was, in my opinion, it was still pretty decent, but it was clunky. All right, let's take a look at Black Cat. I kind of liked playing this protection deck. Probably don't need as many readies as I had in here. That might have been a bit overkill and unnecessary. Her fucking cards out. Lucky Strike. This. Lucky Strike. That's and this. These are the same. God damn it. Good news is that you don't name your cards, apparently. So that's pretty easy to find. One bad day. So Psychokinesis, aka the ability to modify somebody's luck. Is this all 15 number cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 14, 15. Okay. What do I think about Black Cat? Hero, Hero, Alter Ego are fine. It really wants you to ready up a lot. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of her having a base of 3 defense. Because when I think of the number for basic powers, 3 to me is supposed to be like next to godliness. These are the best of the best that we know. And is Black Cat one of the best? I know she's, like I said before, I know she's extremely hard to hit. She's wily, I guess would be a good way to put it. I'm pretty sure that if you hit her, she's knocked out. She's just a person. Just a person with the power to inflict bad luck onto people. So I mean, I guess I could understand her having 3 because of those means. I don't know. It's just weird to see her with a 3. Ally Spider-Man. I did not care. If I'm assuming that if I played like a leadership on him or something like that, he would have been better. Spider-Man interest, play roll roll a set aside die. Place a number of conflicted counters on him equal to the value rolled. If you're 1, 2, or 3 are drawn or rolled this way, you get the draw card. I might have played a little too conservatively with these. That being said, I feel like I really just kind of to flow the game. I don't think I got too many chances to just spend these. I had one time where I had 2 of them spent, but I never ran out of them. If I would have played him, I probably would have had a reason to actually get rid of one of them. But again, I don't value this card. Let me do what I've been doing, which is S tier on top and all that stuff. Let me reorganize this shit real quick. Get you guys over here. Get this over. Get these over here. Lucky Strike over here. Yeah, he's. I can see the value in him, but I don't have that value for him. Resource loots. I didn't care about this card either. I didn't give a shit about the text. I think every time I had a chance to use it, I didn't need any of this, and I didn't want to get rid of a set aside die really much ever. I don't fault the card for that. I think the way how this game played out, I had a lot of time where I had high numbers on the die where loot was not in hand when I had low numbers. If I'd had like low numbers, it would have been easy. I'd be more than willing to sacrifice one of them to draw a card. I might have played, like I said before, I probably played her too conservatively with the dice. This is the first time I'm playing her. So maybe in the future loot will have more value, but in this game I didn't have any value of loot at all. Let's look at supports. Hideout, awesome. I love it. It's probably my favorite card in her deck, or certainly one of them. I think it's S tier. It's a really good card because if you have like a 15, you get all 3 of those abilities. It's strong. I could almost see this being valued at 2 because there's a good chance you're gonna get this. You're gonna get at least the 3 damage or the draw card because when you flip to alter ego form, you get all your dice back that you might have been missing anyway. So you're gonna have some value. That being said, I don't think it needs to be 2 cost. I could see it being 2 cost, but I don't think it needs to be. My favorite card in the deck. Well, at least one of them. I definitely think it's up there. The upgrades. What the fuck just happened to Psychokinesis? Oh, it's in my hand, apparently. Psychokinesis, Black Cat's Mask, and Black Cat Suit. I kind of got Black Cat Suit a little too late to really get the most out of it. I think this is a good card. It's expensive as all shit, but I think it's a good card. When I finally got this out, I was trying to play One Bad Day and immediately discarded it. Black Cat was affecting my hand, I guess. Psychokinesis, just a good card. Black Cat's Mask, just an okay. I say, I think this one's a bit more okay because there's a really good chance you just don't fucking need this. I kind of wish this did something on top of what it's doing right there. I'd be totally down to pay 2 resources for this, get like a +1 thwart or something like that, and then have the ability on top of it. Because right now it's got a lot of possibility. Like if I Tychokinesis, roll a set aside die, and I roll a 5, I'm not going to risk Black Cat's Mask on that shit. This has actually, you know what? I'd put it down here. It's kind of like the weakest card to me. After again, this is all after one game. Maybe next time this will be more valuable to me, but I did not give it. Was not great to me at all. Events. What the actual shit game? I think I just had like a weird interaction with that. Okay, so these shuffled. Or did they? Doesn't look like they shuffled at all. They just grouped together. Grappling hook. Use base power, choose a die on the dice board, increase the value of that by half, rounded up. It's strange. I really didn't get a chance to use this too often. I think I had to spend 1 for a resource, and then did I actually only use it once? No, I used it twice, right? Because I think I used it once on the thwart and once on my attack. I mean, it's good. It's a good card. Free for what's guaranteed to be at least a +1 is pretty damn good. I don't like the picture. It's a grappling hook, and all we really see is the line. I know that the hook is up there. I'm pointing with my hand, like as if you can see my fucking hand. This is the hook right here, but really you don't get it. I don't like this picture. I know she's got pictures that actually have her fucking hook on it. I just don't think this was the picture for it. Maybe like I don't know Black Cat runs. So maybe this is all supposed to be from a singular comic run, and the grappling hook was not prominently featured in it. But yeah, it's still not a great picture. Lucky Strike. This is another one of my favorite cards in this deck. I enjoyed it. Because like I was saying, I played too conservatively. I was trying to get 6s just for Lucky Strike. Kind of, in my opinion, one of the best cards in her deck because you can pay 1 for 6 almost. In fact, I don't even see any reason why I would play this card unless I had at least a 5 or 4 damage, which would put it well above most power levels. Thievery, it's the same card. Only this one feels more balanced because of the 2 cost. I'd actually say almost feel like Lucky Strike's kind of overpowered a little. I don't know if I'd put it broken overpowered, but it's certainly close. One Bad Day, I didn't get a chance to play this. Undecided on One Bad Day, honestly. I really don't know what to say about this card. I had it in my hand when I had a chance to do 13 damage, maybe. Actually, by the time I would have played, I would have had at least 14. So losing it in that instance sucked real bad. Fuck Radioactive, man. So I'm undecided on this because I didn't even get a chance with it. all in all, what did I think about her first time? I don't know. I just really didn't care about the dice mechanic all that much. I definitely think that protection is kind of a really good setup for her because it gives her a bunch of readies. It lets her use her basic powers and boost her die a lot. Don't think I'd play her aggression. The only reason I would want to play aggression is if I wanted to get bonus damage on Lucky Strike, I think. But even with that, you'd lose the bonus damage on Lucky Strike, or you gain the bonus damage on Lucky Strike, but you lose the base damage from the dice for not being able to ready so much. Protection seems to be the way to go with her because of that. Justice could work, I guess. A Voltron leadership deck, I think, might be able to work with Spider-Man. Um, I don't know if I'd play that with this though, because keeping an ally alive that is doing 2 consequential damage to itself is a bit of a chore. I'm not a big fan of doing that because that means I have to worry about flipping down twice as often. And he starts with a base of 1 thwart, which is really weird. This is Peter Parker. He's a genius. Even if he doesn't say so in his hero form. For whatever fucking reason. That dumb shit. All in all, I mean, like, again, I wasn't the biggest fan of some of the dice mechanics. I didn't like this card at all in this game. Maybe next time I'll be like, man, I'm rolling a bunch of ones. Thank God I have Black Cat's Mask, but this game it just wasn't there. Um, anything else? Aesthetically, the set looks overall pretty great. Like I said, grappling hook does not that great. Uh, anything else? I'm not a big fan of thievery, I guess, as well. She doesn't look like she's thieving anything. Just looks like she's running around on a rooftop. But again, it looks like he tried to stick to one run, so maybe she wasn't stealing shit. In which case, why she got a thievery card? Maybe I'm getting too nitpicky about that. Um, yeah. Um, aesthetically great for the most part. What's the next one? Fucking I forget it. Theme. From what I know about, I'm not the biggest on the Spider-Man and Friends comics. So I don't really know that much about Black Cat. Um, this seems on par with what I know. Though the weird thing, actually, it kind of doesn't because her. Let me double check. Let me make sure I understand what her actual power is, right? Because I know it's psychokinesis, but isn't her power affecting the luck of those around her, right? Let me double check. Because she doesn't give herself good luck, she gives others bad luck. Because Domino is the one that gives herself good luck. Yeah, she gives others bad luck. Yeah, bad luck to other people. I don't feel like I'm giving. I feel like I'm giving myself good luck. This feels like a domino deck because I'm modifying my rolls. I'm re-rolling. I'm getting more damage based off of my rolls. I feel like domino. I'm not feeling like I'm like anything in the like. The only way this feels like it's bad luck for an opponent is it's bad. Oh, unlucky for you, I'm getting stronger. Unlucky for you, I'm drawing cards and making cards cheaper and all that stuff. It feels a bit off. Um, which I guess would kind of work its way into mechanics a little bit too. Um, materials. This should probably. Not probably. It definitely needs an insert. I'm assuming I played it correctly. With all the set aside dice and all that stuff, I'm assuming when it says set aside, it means we remove it off the board. Um, I think it's a reasonable assumption. It should probably still have an insert. It's in my opinion that any deck that goes up for cast review should have an insert, even if it's the most basic deck. Also, materials missing. You don't have a hit point counter. There's no board, but I don't hold boards against people. It wasn't even a bag. I don't know if I hold bags against people or not. I don't think I do. Bags or packs, kind of like these. I know that the cast table version has a bag, but I think they always make bags. What's next? Mechanics. Yeah, again, the mechanics are a bit weird, just because thematically they don't know. I don't know if they make sense. I think mechanically how that works within itself is actually pretty good. The whole wanting to get these numbers up. Things get better based off the numbers or how many of them you have. That all feels pretty good. What's next? Balance. She feels middle of the road. Middle of the road to strong, like a B plus tier type character. I certainly wouldn't say she's overpowered or weak in any stretch. She will have some really effective cards on some turns when you have a 6 available to you. The hangout is extremely strong. Lucky Strike and Thievery are pretty damn strong. At least that's how I feel after one game. Fun factor, I felt like, so it's kind of hard to get a good accurate judgment on her fun factor because protection decks tend to always have turns where something is not happening. Even in a deck like this had so much ready and I still had a couple down turns. That's just always going to happen in protection. And that being said, I don't think I would want to take her out of protection. Readying her seems to be the best thing. So her fun factor is always going to be a little bit limited, I think. This poor card. This poor card. So I don't know. I had some fun. Um, but yeah, I mean, that's that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have anything else as I can really say after one game that would be any sort of accurate or do this any sort of justice. Um, so yeah, with that being said, it's been an hour and 40 minutes, and I think I finished this game like 20 minutes ago. So let me go ahead and end there. With that being said, have a good morning / night / day, wherever you may be. Stay safe out there because the world is a dangerous place. I just had a very paranoid thought that I forgot to turn back on my microphone after I went to the bathroom. If you want to check out more amazing custom content like Odysseus, aka Juri Krasko's Black Cat, we already saw Diva by Just a Tuna, aka Tuna, and soon we'll be seeing more of these. Again, I'm not looking forward to this. You can check out our custom Discord server, which I'll have a link for in the description of this YouTube video. If you want to check out more of my streams, you can check me out on twitch.tv/theactualjackson. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel out. With that being said, take it easy. Ciao.